Hi friends, it's me Ali, your fancy friend in Montreal, and today we are talking about the new Chanel Camélia Futura collection, part of their spring-summer collections. And I picked up a very select few items and I thought I would share my thoughts and opinions with you today. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. I'm going to provide some timestamps and we're going to start things off by just giving a brief rundown and description of this collection here. So this was created by Cécile Paravina. She is one of the Comet collectives. It's the collective group of makeup artists responsible for the Chanel beauty side of things. And recently, I've noticed that Chanel has a bit of a fascination when it comes to purple, orange, and green. And then I did a little bit of research on Cécile Paravina, and she is responsible for this collection here, which I blame in part to my mental break and needing to take a sabbatical from YouTube because this collection was not it for me. And we see orange, purple, and green here. The overall theme of the Camélia Futura collection here is described as an unexpected interpretation of Gabrielle Chanel's favorite flower. This new makeup collection reveals a metallic world revolving around a camellia that has been captured or catapulted into the future. Putting a twist on romanticism, the Comet collective, Cécile Paravina, has taken a softness of the bloom and injected it with electric energy and unprecedented magnetism. So the keyword here is metallic. A lot of the items from this collection are very metallic, holographic, very shiny and sparkly. Not all, but a lot. The products available are a trio blush, which has a very light soft pink, a coral, and then almost a little bit of a bronzer. And guess what? I picked this one up. I picked up the blush. This was the item that I knew I wanted the most. Next is the Illuminating Fluid, a liquid highlighter. This one has almost like a holographic shift. I skipped this one only because I have enough. I have a couple other liquid highlighters that I enjoy using from Chanel, so I didn't think it was necessary to get a new one, but this one did look pretty. I also skipped Utopia. That is the eyeshadow quad in this collection here. It just didn't call to me. It had these like warm pink tones in it that just really are not my jam. I thought it was fine. That was it. So I skipped it altogether because I have so much. I have enough that something really needs to stand out for me in order to actually want to get it. And then they have the new Stylo Ombre Contour. This is an eyeshadow eyeliner stick. This is not new, but they came out with new colors. Two colors that I think are going to be extremely user-friendly. One is just a taupe brown, very easy to use. There's another one that's a mauve color. It's like a soft lilac with a silver taupe. That one is so pretty. It was sold out, sadly. It's available online, but I have a lot, so I may order it online. It's so, so pretty, so stunning. Then they have a green one, which I did get. I got Vert Titanium. I bought this one because it is different than the single green eyeshadow that I also have from Chanel. I did a swatch comparison and I'll show you in a minute. There is a little bit of a subtle nuance. And then there's also a peachy orange, which I skipped because that's just not my color. We have two new Rouge Coco Flash lipsticks. Both of these are very metallic. If you like a 90s super metallic lip finish, you would love these. If you don't get them. I skipped both of these because I have enough lipsticks and I have another Rouge Coco Flash that I'm going to use for the look I have in mind. I just skipped it all together. The Rouge Allure Lac, I don't like this formula. The formula I find is weird and thick and just doesn't sit right with me, so I skipped those all together. And I skipped the nail polish because I have enough. I am a sucker for Chanel nail polish, but this time around, I just said non merci. So the two items that I got, the Stylo Ombre Contour number 60 Vert Titanium, that one was 52 Canadian plus tax. So it's really just an eyeshadow slash eyeliner stick. So you can apply it whichever way you want. I usually do a thick, not a thick, but a generous coat. I blend it out and then I apply a little bit more. So that's what it looks like here. And let me just do a quick swatch comparison. with number 222 Jade Faceté. That is this one here. Both of these are sort of similar, but there is a difference. The biggest difference is this green here, the single, is much more yellow based. This is the new eyeshadow stick. This is the shadow single. It's more yellow, more green. I think the eyeshadow stick pulls more mint, a little bit more blue. I'm going to layer them in the look today just to give a frosted, minty eye look. It's giving 2000s Y2K frosted beauty, but I'm into it. And the blush here was 96 Canadian plus tax. All right, Chanel. So this is limited edition, which means that the box has different colors and they're corresponding to the colors in the palette here. Fun fact, I actually filmed this entire video earlier and nothing was in focus. So fingers crossed, this is in focus here. Luckily, the palette survived. This is the blush here. What's interesting is that this blush here is actually matte. The rest of the collection is metallic, holographic, shiny, but they decided to go matte for the blush, which I think makes sense when you think about it, because everything else is so shiny. They kind of wanted one thing to be more matte. I understand that now. So let's just have a look here. What I'll do is I will swatch each stripe individually on the back of my hand. Then I'll blend them all together, and then I'll do a swatch comparison with some other blushes. So here we have the 3 stripes, and then it blended together. So when you swipe them individually, you see a pink, a more fuchsia color, and then a coral bronze color. But then together, it kind of, on me, gives like a fuchsia coral, but it's very wearable. And I've tested this out. It is incredibly long wearing. Like once you blend it out, this is locked and loaded all day. It does not budge. And when I saw this palette here, the stripes of the color made me instantly think of the Voyage de Chanel, which mine looks horrifying. I have used and abused this so much. This came out several years ago. I think it was pre-COVID. It's quite old. And this one here, believe it or not, is 4 colors, and it's a bronzer, a light pink, and then a coral and another pink or an orange, but you swirl it together. And these colors, it made me think of this one here. So I'm going to swatch this one, and I'll do a swatch comparison. And then I have another blush too. This one here is actually much lighter in tone. It's much lighter, almost more mauve-y. And this one here is more iridescent. This blush here, it is luminous, but it is completely matte. There is no highlighter component. They really went for a matte blush with everything else going on in the collection. And then I thought of the Jardin de Chanel. This is the Camélia blush, the peach one. This is several years old. I bought this in Paris in 2019. I don't even think it came out in 2019, but I was thinking of this as far as like a peachy coral, maybe? We'll see. Let me just go ahead and do this swatch here. So that is this blush. I think this one here is slightly closer to the new blush. I don't think it's an exact dupe, but it resembles it a bit more. But this one here, I think has a little bit more luminosity in it, but it's sort of similar. Anyway, those were the 2 that really stood out to me in my makeup archive of a brain. All right, let's get into the tutorial. So I'm going to use the new eyeshadow stick here. And what I do is I just go over completely, and I am wearing the Hourglass eyeshadow primer here. I put that on before. So you just do a generous application like this, and then you just blend it out gently with your fingertip. You could use a brush, but if you want to just keep it very simple, which I do, just go like this. And then going into the single, I think I'll just wipe off a little bit of that eyeshadow. So go in with a fresh finger. Pick up this one here and tap it over top. And now just repeat on the opposite eye. It's interesting that I actually like this eyeliner and these colors because Chanel came out with the Jardin de Chanel collection last year. I think it was like a pre-fall release, something like that. And I hated it. I hated the colors because it just didn't scream. It wasn't appropriate for the season, in my opinion. It's spring now. I want green. I want coral. I want these fresh, vibrant colors. But last time they came out with these shades, for me, it just wasn't the right season. And those colors were also the exact same repetition of green, purple, and orange. And I like color, but there was something about that collection that just did not work for me. Now, if you're doing an eye look and you sort of want a crease color, but you don't have it with the products you have, use a face powder. I'm using the Chanel loose powder here. This is the shade 30. So just pick up a little bit, just like this. And then just go in the crease. And this just helps blend everything out so it's not a total harsh line with the colors here. I put on some mascara. I'm testing something mysteriously off camera, but I'll share my thoughts with you very soon. I'm going to go into a liquid highlighter. This is the one from the Les Beige. It's the shade called Sunkissed. When it comes to liquid highlighter, I like to apply it underneath foundation. So I find that sometimes if I apply it over top, it kind of moves everything around. So what I do is I just place it where I would naturally apply a highlighter. And then I blend it out and I apply, I mean, it looks kind of insane at the moment. I blend it out and then I apply the foundation over top. I find that this technique creates that lit from within glow. And if you have an excellent skin day, you could just go ahead and do this and then apply some concealer and be out the door. There we go. For the foundation, I'm going very light, which is my favorite. This is the Les Beige Water Fresh Tint. I'm using the shade Medium Plus. I'm going to break it down on the back of my hand, just like this. And then just apply. And I'm applying it over top of the liquid highlighter. This liquid highlighter dries pretty quickly, so don't worry, it's not going to move around underneath. For the concealer, I'm going into the Sublimage in the shade 32. So I did receive a few comments from people asking me if I would review the new Première Eclat concealer. It's what has replaced the Leblanc concealer. It's available here in Canada, but here's the thing. I looked online and the deepest shade available for the concealer is 30. They have 5 shades available and 30 is the deepest color. This concealer is a 32. I'm not sure. I could try it, but I mean, you know, I don't really know if it's going to work. Because this concealer here, the 32, has some peach to it, it offers brightness. So what's left on the brush here, I'm sort of just dragging it to the center of my face just to offer a bit of a brightness and healthy peach glow. Now let's go into this beautiful blush here. So one thing about me is I buy my products to enjoy them. So I'm just going to go ahead and wreck this. I mean, I've done this a couple of times already because I filmed this and nothing worked, but so far it's holding up. I do really love the blushes from Sisley. Do you know why? Because they're very embossed and intricate and it goes all the way down to the pan. Chanel, not so much always. So I'm just going to swirl this brush like this just to pick up a bit of everything. But this is very pigmented. So I'm just going to knock off some on the wrist here or the back of your hand, whatever, because it's much easier to add blush than it is to remove. So just be mindful. I think you could definitely add more color and go more intense. I think if you have a very, very fair skin tone, this may not be for you because it just may be too intense of a shade. But if you have even a deeper skin tone than me, I think you might appreciate it because I think it is more buildable in color. For me, this is very pretty. I'm going to enjoy using it for the spring, for the summer. I can see why some people may be disappointed because it doesn't have any highlighter, anything like that, but I think it's nice. I mean, I'm wearing a very frosted eyeshadow look, so it's kind of nice to just pull the cheek back a little bit and not just be a highlighter glitter crazy all over the place. I'm wearing that liquid highlighter underneath, and it's giving me brightness in a very natural way. That's why I did it underneath as well, because it looks like it's lit from within and it looks more natural, because this is a very specific eyeshadow look and I don't want to look like I fell face first at the makeup counter. You know what I mean? For the lip, I'm going into my Rouge Coco Flash. So the Rouge Coco Flash series is a very shiny and sometimes glittery lipstick series. I have the shade 82 Live or Live, and it's very luminous. This is not long wearing at all. You're going to have to reapply, but it's very moisturizing. That's why the ones that came out with this collection here are so metallic, because this formula is shiny in nature and then they just made it hyper metallic. This lipstick color is slightly pink, not too pink. It's almost like a rosewood pink, so it's a little bit neutral brown at the same time. It's very well balanced with this look here, because this is a beautiful frosted minty eye, but I have a coral cheek as well. So it's very well balanced. And for this look here, I'm going to go into my Chanel L'Eau number 5. This came out last summer, but the L'Eau perfume exists. Just this bottle here was limited edition. Number 5 L'Eau is different than number 5, and I just remembered this is like impossible to open. Aha! If you freshly moisturized your hands, good luck getting this open, but mine are dry right now. L'Eau number 5 smells like number 5, but it's lighter. It's more citrusy. It's more green. It almost smells more athletic. It smells like summer. It's fresh. Whoever wears this, I think of a woman who plays tennis. She's outdoorsy. And I think that this look, it's a green look with the green eyeshadow. I just think it's a really nice, zesty, fresh perfume. It still has aldehydes and floral notes and powder notes from number 5, but it's just a lighter, fresher, more summery, vibrant perfume. Well, there you go, guys. That is it for my look today, my thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear from you in the comments. What did you pick up? What did you skip and why? I would love to hear your thoughts on this collection here. I was excited about this collection, but very mixed. The eyeshadow palette, like, no merci. The eyeshadow sticks, I think, were more interesting this time around, and the blush for me. I can see why some people would be maybe not as excited because it's not as luminous as some other ones. It's okay. There will be more. You know, if it's not for me, it's not for me. And that's fine. There will be other collections, there will be other blushes very shortly coming out. So if you didn't like this one, just wait 2 minutes. Another one will be out. I am very happy with this. I think for me it's going to be nice. If with like a beautiful red lip, maybe an orangey lip, I think this would be very pretty as well. For me, it's going to be very well loved. And I didn't really need a minty eyeshadow, but I wanted one because I do love the single green that I have, but it's a little bit more yellow and a little bit more green, and I wanted something slightly more blue, slightly more bluish. Not too much, but just a little bit. So I'm very happy with my very small collection that I picked up. Okay, before I go, I have to share a really weird story with you. So my last video before this one comes out, I don't know what happened. I don't know if my video ended up on a weird side of the internet or if there's a bot army in the comments. It looks like a bot army. Like on the last video, there are literally hundreds of comments. All they say are nice or good product or something else. It just looks so weird. I don't know what to do with it. I tried to contact YouTube. They were useless. I guess I'll take the engagement. thank you, I guess. It's just, it looks so weird. Like if you look at the comments, like it looks crazy. Like there are actual human beings leaving normal human comments, but then there's just like 100 weird bots with accounts. It's so weird because like when you click on like if you leave a comment, anyone can click on your account, on your profile, and it says like when the account was created, and all the bots, their accounts were created like 2 days before they left the comment. So anyway, if you see it and it looks super weird, I don't know what to do. I've deleted like 30 of them, but like I delete and then more come. I block and then more show up. So I don't really know what to do on my end. Hopefully it doesn't make your viewing experience too weird. There's not really much else I can do other than acknowledge how weird it is. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because I woke up and I was like, let me go look at the comments. And I was like, what is it? Like, and some of them just don't even make any sense. One of the weirdest ones I deleted, I should have kept it. It was like, you know, when I leave like a pinned comment, like, hey guys, bon matin, blah, blah, blah. Like one of the bots just copied and pasted that comment. I can't even make this up. Wow, what a weird time to be alive. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the review. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I used to work for Chanel. I no longer work for them, but I did retain a lot of information. So if you want reviews and tutorials and sneak peeks about what's coming up on the horizon, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Anyway, that is all I have for you guys for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.